All right, we're going to be solving equations with one variable and talking about the properties that we are using. So here we're going to distribute the 3, and we're going to get 3x minus 6, and then we have the plus 5x equals 9x minus 24. So when we did this, what property did we use? We used the distributive property. Okay, so then if we look on this side here, we have some like terms to combine. And we get 8x minus 6 equals 9x minus 24. Now that wasn't the addition property because it did not go across the equal sign. That was just combining like terms. All right, now we are going to get our variables on one side and our constants on the other one. So we're going to subtract 9x, and that would be the subtraction property of equality. So like the lady said, our PO. So 8 minus 9 is negative x. We have the minus 6. 9 minus 9 is 0. And we bring down the negative 24. Now, do you see how that negative is with the 24 and the minus is with the 6? That stays with that number. Okay, now we need to move this 6. So since it's a subtract 6, we do opposite or inverse operation. So we're going to add 6 to both sides. So that would be our addition PO. So we bring down the negative x. Don't forget your negative. That's 0. And that's going to be negative 18 divided by negative 1. So that is our division PO. Property of inequality, negative divided by negative is positive. So x equals 18. Okay. So let's talk about inequalities. So if you remember, if you multiply or divide by a negative, I can get my pen to write, you must flip your symbol, okay? Open closed dot, is it equal to, shade less than or greater to? So if you recall, if it's greater than or less than, that does not include the number, so it's an open dot. If it's greater than or equal to, less than or equal to, that does include the number, so it's a closed dot. All right, so inequalities are solved the same as equation, except for when we divide by a negative, we have to flip the sign. So we're going to subtract 8 here. That's going to give me 5m is greater than 73 minus 8 is 65. Divide by 5. M is greater than 13. So if we go over here, we make a number line. We're going to have like 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Since it's not equal to, it's going to be an open circle, and M is greater than 13, so we shade to the right. Okay, let's look at the next one. Okay, here, I like to have my on the left because then it tells me if it's greater than and all that. It's just easier to read. So I'm going to add 6 in to both sides. You don't have to do it this way, but there's less mistakes. So we get 6 in plus 6 is greater than or equal to negative 6. Subtract 6. 6 in is greater than or equal to negative 12. Divide by 6. So n is greater than or equal to negative 2. Again, we're going to do our number line. So we have negative 4, -3, -2, -1, 0. This is equal to, so it's going to be a closed and it's greater than, so shade to the right. Okay, our next problem, we've got to get an x by itself, so we're going to add 1 to both sides. Again, don't forget this negative sign when you bring it down with your numbers or your variables. -41 plus 1 is -40. Divide by -4. So when I divide by that negative, I get to flip my sign. So I get x is greater than 10. I have like 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, greater than, not equal to, open circle, shade to the right. Not all things will shade to the right, but these do. Okay, couple of things. If it's greater than, open, greater than or equal to, closed. If you divide or multiply by a negative, flip your sign. All right, guys, thanks for joining me.